Hey man, are you okay?
No.
Why? Come back. You. Welcome back
To the fucking podcast.
2, 1. We got it.
Wow.
We actually got it this time.
Wow.
That
Usually-
was so on beat, man.
Bro, usually
Wow.
clap syncs never work out. We
Yeah,
never
because-
on beat.
I kind of do it on
you're
purpose.
You invited a dancer, you're gonna be on beat.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen, welcome back to another pod.
Wait.
Are we
Oh.
supposed to do an intro?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Mark.
Okay,
I'm Mark.
today with us, our guest.
I'm talking. I said I'm Mark.
He is a teacher, a coach,
Yeah.
a basketball player. Most importantly, he is an ass shaker. Currently a dancing phenom. Mark Guzman.
Shake your booty.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah.
Yeah. But
You already
obviously,
saw that in the opening.
yeah. But obviously, welcome to the pod. Welcome to the
Life's good podcast.
Life's good though.
yeah.
Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And we got Mark in the
Wow.
building. How are you feeling, sir?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me out. Guys,
Cold in
it's
this
been.
weather.
I commented on your video saying, "Where's my invite?" And then the next day, I get an email.
Yep.
Email,
yeah.
life's good, man.
It's
Life's good.
it's all about professionalism and this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this
exactly.
end.
Emails. And you know what? It's the law of attraction. You spoke it to the world, the universe, and the universe
Exactly.
Answer
gave
back.
You, yeah, answer
Yeah.
back. And that's
The
how
universe
it works.
will always answer back, man.
No, obviously, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, you're finally on. Let the people know who you are, man. For those who don't actually know who you are.
All right, so what's up, guys? My name is Mark. Born and raised in Hong Kong, full Filipino.
Nobody asked. Nobody asked.
Born and Grove, yeah, in Pui O, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Born and raised, and this guy's complaining about being on the beach.
Yeah. This guy. I fucking hate this guy. Yeah, this guy. Mark and I, we've been in a very. Well, we know each other for a while, right?
Like this is it. Like, just to let everyone know, I came to Pui O back in 2001.
Yeah.
So that
Wait,
was
what?
2001.
You weren't in Puyo before that?
No, I wasn't. I was in the city.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah,
I
lived in
didn't
Jordan.
know that.
Yeah, I lived in Jordan for like a couple years, but no memory of it though.
Yeah, you're like, well, you're 96, right?
95.
No. 45.
This is for the old. This is for the old.
1945. The guy was born 1945. He
Okay.
met
Wait.
Abraham Lincoln.
You're 28 this year?
29, dude.
God damn! Yo,
Okay, so back to my story. Okay, so moved to Pui O, 2001,
Yeah.
and then like my first recollection of like having friends was like with his cousins,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
Joshua and
okay.
Carlo, and then I met Kevin afterwards.
Okay.
Yep.
But this guy,
He was born. No, you
no,
weren't
he was born in
yet.
2002, right?
I was 02.
Yeah.
So I knew him growing up when he was still in his mom's, womb.
Damn.
Telling you, this is why we
Yeah,
have
we
this
go
running
way
gag
back.
of saying, "Oh, Ariel's my son," because
Yeah.
I've known him since he was born.
Yeah, it was
Well,
okay.
in the womb, actually. It's
In the
like, no,
womb,
it's a bit
man.
further than that.
A lot.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you've kind of played like a parental role or like a big brother role for Ariel then?
Oh, for sure,
definitely.
man. Yeah, man.
Like a big brother or like
Like,
a parent role? That's
All
different.
the nasty shit we taught him,
Yeah.
like that was me and Kevin.
Are you proud of that?
Yeah, sure, why not, man? Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, why not? Yeah.
Dog.
It's funny. So your first ever like experience with a younger person was Ariel, and you taught him all the bad.
Yeah,
And
dude.
and currently today you're a teacher. Are you doing the same thing? Are you passing down
No,
the same
no,
Nah,
the same
that's a
knowledge?
different story.
That's a different story.
Okay, it's a different
Wait
story.
for later.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of which, yo, students, whoever that's watching this pod, please listen to
Do not share this on Instagram.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
don't do
No,
it.
share it on Instagram. Actually, no, share it on Instagram.
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
people know who Mark
Guys,
really
never
is.
mind, guys. Just
Okay.
share, give this.
You
You
post a
guys do
share.
too much, man.
Yeah.
It is how it be like then. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So then you knew Ariel. You raised him up to be the current person he is.
Yeah.
So let's talk about more of your upbringing. How about that? Let's talk about more about you, Mark.
Sure.
So start off in Jordan, made your way back to Pui O, the streets of Pui O,
Yeah.
and you're still on Lanta, but you made your way out. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about more of your background.
So my background, I don't know where to begin. There's a lot.
Let's go over recent memory. Currently a teacher. How did that come about? How about that?
Yeah,
So-
what made you had that turn?
All right, so let me tell you my story. So I graduated from university 2019 from Lingnan University.
2019.
Yeah.
No teaching degree whatsoever, just an English degree. But you can still do a lot with it though.
Yeah, okay.
For real, there's still a lot of like teaching positions out there in schools where they hired unqualified teachers. Because like, I didn't want to get into teaching that quickly, so I sort of like applied to be a TA,
Okay.
teaching assistant in a international school.
Oh, okay. Which
So
one?
like right after.
Which one?
Shout out to Mark De La Cruz for hooking me up with the job, actually.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he doesn't watch this pod, but
He
hey,
doesn't
Mark
watch this,
Delacour,
but I'm giving him a
you're
shout out
watching this
now.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Shouts to you, bro.
The guy who
Shout
got
out.
me my first job.
Yeah, man. Yo, Mark Delacruz, man. Straight buckets, bro. Straight
Yeah.
buckets.
Buckets.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think doing that job sort of like introduced me to the world of education.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you saw like the bright side of
Mm.
teaching.
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
TA though, so like all I did was sort of like look after the
Paperwork.
kids,
Okay.
provide teaching support in class.
Okay.
Maybe like I was an assistant to the head class teacher that time, so all I did was like print out stuff with them.
That's pretty lit.
But I would have like I would run the remedial classes for
Oh.
students with weaker English language ability.
But it's an international school. Wouldn't you assume that students already spoke English?
No.
That
There's
varies,
still like
I
a
think.
lot of it varies because there's
Okay.
still students who would transfer from outside to come into that school.
Outside, such as like Eastern Europe or like.
Probably mainland.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere around Asia.
Which international school?
I can't say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shout out to YMCA.
Oh my. Holy shit.
YMCA primary school in Shanshawa. My first job.
Okay. That's what it is. That was the primary school. Okay.
I did 1 year there, man. 1 year.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
you just keep going.
Things in the
So-
good. Okay.
But like it was an easy job, relatively easy. But it was like I was burnt out because like I had to wake up 5:30 every morning.
Oh,
And then
just to
head
make
out,
it in time.
Just to make it in time for work.
But that's because you live so far off.
I live so
though.
far out. Like for people that don't know, I live in Pui O,
Oh shit.
on like the other corner of Hong Kong, of Lantau Island, the
That's
very end. Yeah.
that's the
for-
southwestern part of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
The actual southern western tip.
It's dead end.
Yeah, it's a dead end. So I,
Dead corner, sorry.
yeah,
Damn.
dude, there's a lot of
Ooh.
traveling for me that time.
Okay.
Fair.
I kind of want to dive deeper into the thing you said. So you took English in uni.
Which is your
Why-
major, right?
Yeah, which is your
Major,
major.
yeah.
Okay.
Why English?
So that sort of like the root of that goes all the way back to high school,
Okay.
I would say. Where shout out to the 2 Canadians that taught me English. Okay.
Shout. I think give them names out. It's all right.
Nah, that's not.
Oh, he's doing it again.
Cynthia and Peter.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Shout out to. Hey, you know what? I want to give them a shout out to. For those who don't know, actually, we come from the same alma mater as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, hey, shout out to Mr. Peter and Miss Lee. Much love.
Yes.
And yeah.
Very
yeah,
good.
Yeah, shout out. For those that don't know, my juniors, my bitches. Blur that out.
He said PG. He so who said PG?
Yeah.
Fellow students, blast him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Make sure his
blast
fucker gets
him,
fired.
Blast
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Back shots.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
But
pause,
where's
pause.
the line? How are we gonna draw this line between PG and
Just draw.
Ah,
Just
no.
draw.
You know what?
Draw a pencil without a ruler.
Actually, you know what?
Risk it all.
You chose English because of the 2 Canadian teachers who taught you.
Yeah. So it sort of like paved the way for me to want to try to pursue being an educator, specifically like English language.
And is it because
Yeah.
you have a intrigue in English, or is it more like it just fit the bill?
It just fit. You know,
Okay.
it just fits the image, I would say. I wasn't good at math. I wasn't good at any science subject. Like, yeah. And there was no PE elective that time as well.
Ah, I
So
see.
that I
What?
couldn't really, yeah, no, not yet.
Oh.
Yeah, in my cohort, no.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that
Wait, so
makes
what did you?
sense.
What were your electives then?
Literature, so English literature and biology.
Fair.
That's a good combo.
No,
Yeah.
terrible combo. I was so bad
But
at
the thing is,
biology.
in my batch, that was a very common combo. English and
Yeah, I
bio.
heard. Like after I left, like there's a lot of students that sort of picked up literature.
Yeah.
Because we like.
You were the
like,
first batch, right?
Like fun fact, like there's literature in that school because of me.
Oh.
So this is
You,
a
you
fun.
mean us? Don't say
No.
You specifically.
Me specifically because
Okay.
I brought up the suggestion because I told the school, specifically the Cynthia, I told her like,
Cynthia.
I want to study English because I want to pursue English teaching.
Okay.
They said like the English literature is sort of like the way to go. But they weren't offering it that time yet, so I thought,
see.
oh, you know what? I feel like I might have to transfer schools.
Oh,
Really?
So, like, I was-
you were
You threatened
considering.
them. You leveraged.
I didn't threaten them. I just said, if there's any possibility that they could, do English literature program in the school.
Wow.
If not, I might consider moving out.
Where would you go?
So there was a school, can't say who.
There we go again.
Can't say who.
Broadway. So that time they were offering literature.
Okay.
And because like I knew some people from that school anyway, I thought like, okay,
To work out.
I feel like it could work out anyway.
Yeah.
But I'd have to travel all the time.
Mm.
But that was just me thinking on my own though. Like, I don't think my parents would ever approve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think they would ever approve anyway.
Yeah, okay. Damn.
So then I think Cynthia had to talk to the school about, what can we do in order to, set up the program. And they said like, you need a minimum of at least 3 students. 3. So like I pretty much went hunting for student my
Within your
class-
batch, right?
Yeah, within my batch.
Yeah.
So I got Elaine, shout out to Elaine, I haven't seen you in a while, and Kevin, who's now my colleague in same school.
Damn.
So the 3 of us were the first cohort of literature students.
And it's only you 3 for the whole remainder of high school.
Yeah. No one else came in.
So you
That
guys,
was
so you guys were really the first batch.
First batch, man. And like funny how it's like, it's come full circle that
You're
now
teaching there?
Yeah, now I'm teaching literature in that school.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's,
so
it's funny how life
wow.
goes on.
it's funny. Yeah, life is funny.
So you should be getting some AdSense, like now that you've basically started this whole literature shit.
Yeah.
You should be getting some,
Nah.
You should be like,
But then, damn.
I'm the pioneer of this.
And I guess would you say like, do you feel like taking Englit kind of like opened your eyes into really like obviously you did it because you want to be a teacher, but did you genuinely enjoy it though? Because there's one thing about like you did it for the potential career you had,
Yeah.
and another for actually genuinely enjoying it. And did you enjoy it?
In high school, yeah, the 3 years that I studied literature, definitely enjoyed it.
Okay.
Like it was a grind though, because like my personality as a student was I'm quite lazy.
Oh.
Right, yeah, I was quite lazy. You asked all my classmates. I would do a lot of my homework last minute on the bus too.
Relatable.
By the way,
Man, that's man.
relatable. Nah, you would know.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, for real. So like I would always, Cynthia would always be on, telling me off.
Damn. Okay.
She still tells the students that.
You were a horrible student.
Now I wasn't a horrible student. No,
No,
God, dude.
no, Mark was not.
We were one of the top students in the school, and that's the truth, right?
Yeah, I
You
want
see,
to.
he made a face.
No,
He
I
made
want
a
to share a
face.
story because like Mark said, we're all from the same alma mater. When I was about Form 3, Form 4, a story about Mark came out, which is quite interesting. Because I think in anyone who's been to high school, there's always legends and stories about some crazy incident, right? And at the time we were practicing on our writing papers, and I think I'm sure you guys can relate. When you're in junior forms, you're just writing.
Yeah.
But when you're in senior forms, you realize, okay, topic sentence matters, examples, explanations matter, elaborations and such. And at the time, we were going through that shift about learning how to correctly answer it. And a teacher told me a story about Mark where I think he like wrote 1,000 words on an essay.
In 2 minutes?
No, he just wrote like, it was a writing homework, but he just wrote 1,000 words just because he could.
That was when I was in Form 1.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
One,
it was
one.
just that I still remember the story because we still have the whole printed version of it. Obviously, it was about basketball. It was a fable story.
No.
So like, yeah. It was,
A fable story, 1,000 words is kind of a lot. Fables is probably short.
Yeah. I
Short,
wrote from
concise.
the whole backstory and stuff.
So it wasn't a fable then?
Sorry?
It wasn't a fable. A fable is short and concise,
Yeah,
isn't it?
dumb.
Oh, fable is a story of
fable is that?
animals.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a short story. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't take
Yeah.
it. You can
I
obviously
think.
tell. Okay, Jen.
Nah.
Definition.
Hold on.
What is a
Hold
fable?
on.
Definition right here. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a short story, right?
No,
Is it about animals?
it's about animals, right?
A short story about animals. We could both be
I
right
don't
or
That
both be
fucking
wrong.
care.
You
But
play
anyway-
basketball, and the main character was
Yeah.
a cheetah.
Why a cheetah?
Because it's fast
Who's
and it's
fighting
agile and it's
There's gotta be a better
Just
reason.
like me.
okay.
Mark, you never look
But
like a
can you
cheetah.
show the camera? Like, can you like turn around real quick? You
Cheetah.
can't tell me this guy.
Hey, yo, I
This guy's
love
a
Mark.
cheetah.
Mark, my big bro. He has never ever looked like a f***ing cheetah, bro.
Nah, you know what he looks
No,
like?
because I was quick on the court, man.
He was quick, but you never looked like a cheetah, though. A
Who
gazelle?
would ever look like a cheetah?
No,
I look like a cheetah.
He looks like a cheater.
You
Okay.
know who looks like a cheetah? I would say like Marco kind of looks like a cheetah.
He looks like a dog. Shout out to Marco.
Yeah, yo, shout out
thank
to
you.
Marco.
Breakfast.
Yeah, we
Appreciate
the
Appreciate the coffee,
breakfast.
bro.
Yo, much love, much love. Okay, so then now's the story. And so I guess when you chose English in university, it wasn't more like, oh, I don't know what to choose. It's more like, okay, I have the English background and you want to be a teacher. So that was like the goal, full throttle?
Yeah.
There was
much.
no like plan B on that.
There was a plan B.
To be.
So, but for both plans was still to become a teacher.
Oh.
But it sort of like I was struggling between choosing, again, I think that time you didn't really need to study PE in order to get into a PE program. University. You didn't have
What?
to.
No.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I had an offer from BU
Oh.
to study PE.
Oh, so perm.
Perm.
Wow,
Sperm.
perm is.
And then after that, I had an offer to
City, Chinese.
I forgot what school, but
Poly?
for English, right? But cue the sad music in.
Okay.
Okay. I flunked my DSEs, so I didn't get enough points.
Oh.
So I failed like biology and math. So I only had 4 passes. So in the DSE curriculum, you need to have 5 passes in order to get to university, right? So I couldn't get any of my offers. So for PE or English, yeah.
So you took the long route.
I took the long route.
Yeah,
man.
I heard the story from.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's-
he was balling, like he was.
It's pretty much like I think that's why people at work would always tell me like to talk to the students about like, oh,
Your background.
some what are some potential routes they could do if, because
Like a backup. Like
Yeah,
if
it's a backup plan.
ever things do go south in their performance. in
exactly
DSE.
in the
Yeah,
DSE, yeah.
I agree.
DSE is a big thing, man, but like not everyone passes.
Yeah, okay.
But there's a lot of paths that you can take.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, for
Yeah.
me, right? Like, I'm not really good in the books. Never was. Probably never will. But what's important is how you accept the defeat
Yeah.
and how you get back up. And so, to me, I'm like, at first, I was obviously devastated. Like, a handful of my classmates went straight to university.
Yeah.
Some of them went to work and all. But for me, I flunked, and I was like, oh, this is it. I'm gonna be working. But I came across, the idea of foundation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and from that point, I was like, let's just take it one step at a time. It's not gonna be an easy route,
Yeah.
but you have to do something at some point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Just keep thinking of like the first step, taking that
Mhm.
first step, and then you can move from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I tell the students a lot. Like I think like about a week ago, I was talking to a student, Form 6. He's asking me like, what do you think I should do? Like, because I'm obviously gonna. Well, he knows it himself.
He's
Which
not
is a
gonna
good
make
thing that
it.
he knows he's not gonna do well in the DSEs.
That's
He
what
wants to see like if there's any alternatives. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't want to study university, so I told him then take a foundation course,
Yeah.
right? 1 year, and then if you want to do more than that, you can do
High
an extra
dip?
2 years to do high dip or
Yeah.
associate degree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the harm in that?
Yeah.
That's the thing though. Like there's a stigma in Hong Kong where you need to have higher education. You need to have a bloody degree.
There's like
And to some
standards,
extent,
yeah.
it is true,
Yeah.
right? You do need one if you want to, live proper or
Stay
whatever.
here in Hong Kong at
Yeah,
least.
exactly. Or stay here in Hong Kong, and sort of like go on a safe route as well. A degree is the way to go,
Yeah. Of course.
right? But like I just tell my students like, if you want to just do 3 years in higher education, there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, don't push it on students to that. Oh, university is a must, but it's not. It's not a must.
Yep.
Yeah.
For a lot of students, like you can't force it on them.
Yeah.
Like people have plans,
Yeah.
As long as you have a plan, that's
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
a good route to go to.
That's the
man.
thing. Like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe a higher education is another thing. Then let's think of a career. Let's take the career path instead.
Yeah.
What can we do to provide support to them?
Yeah. How can you facilitate their growth?
Exactly.
I think that's a really good point because I think you're right. In Hong Kong, there's such an emphasis on the idea of a degree, which is true. But I think sometimes when you come from like smaller schools like ours or like schools that aren't the band ones or band twos, sometimes you don't want to hear the heroic story of the first time DSE, 25 out of 35 or 30 out of 35. Sometimes what you want to really hear is a more relative story, like, or something you can relate to. And I think Mark's story is really good. And I think even when I was in high school, I remember because Mark's 4 years older than me, by the time I was around Form 4, I would question, like, I want to hear more stories about that. The guy who not necessarily failed, but like his route got rerouted. He had to take the other way.
Yeah.
And he had to figure it out, because you're right, not everyone, and most likely if you go to small schools like ours, you're not a genius. No matter what your report card says, I'm telling you right now, you're not a genius, and you need to understand that it might not work out. And I think your perspectives, and even yours, it can really shed some light to like a lot of kids, because sometimes you don't know what the options are. I remember for my year, I'm not too sure about you guys, but like all we knew was DSC and JUPAS. But we didn't know about, okay, if you do fail, when you do fail, what to do. And that's a harsh truth.
Yep.
And you're right, I think now maybe as a teacher, right, you can facilitate this situation for a lot of students.
Exactly. So that's sort of like where I come in.
Yeah.
Like, for those who don't know, I did foundation for a year. All in the same school though. I went to Lingnan University.
Wow.
For all 5 years of my education. I did foundation, higher diploma, and then directly into year 3 of degree. Right?
Yeah.
And that's an option that a lot of people can take.
Yep.
Actually.
I mean, that's the route I'm taking right now.
Yeah.
From the foundation to the higher diploma to
Because at the end of the day, no one looks at all 4 years of your degree. Program, right?
Yeah.
They just look at what cert you have.
Exactly.
What's wrong with, just studying 2 years of university?
At the end of the day, as long as you get that degree, like, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I mean, think about it.
What I would say is, like, it's not necessary to get a degree unless you really want to.
Yeah.
Unless you really decide on it, then go for it.
It also depends on the career.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea. So, for example, if you want to become like a PE teacher per se, you do need a degree.
You got to take those steps, man.
And you also need a teaching degree and so on.
Exactly.
So it's pretty much a must for you to get into that path. But if you were to, let's say you want to make music, let's say you want to pursue dancing.
Yeah.
You don't need a degree for that. All you need is speakers and just a rhythm to dance.
Like what happened just now, obviously. But I do want to say one thing though, because I think I do have a different perspective. I think I'm in the camp where I believe that if you don't have an actual plan, which like most people when they're 17, 18, they might not really have a plan. I'm more of the mindset where like if you don't know what you're really doing, then just try to get a degree, because you're more likely better off with a degree than not if you don't have a plan. But say you are those guys who, okay, you know what, no, Nickson, or I'm gonna be a dancer, I'm gonna be a ball player, and you're very like devoted, you're very determined, then that's cool. But if you're like the majority of us who don't know what's going on, I feel like you're always better off with having a degree or associates or like a high diploma, because in Hong Kong it matters. I'd say
it does matter.
The job scope it's so narrow if you don't have anything.
And I feel like and that's the thing that students have to learn as well, that depending on how far you want to go with education, for the scope of jobs that you can find is very it depends on that.
Exactly.
So it's in a way like something that they have to face. It's a consequence that they have to face.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they just have to accept that fact. If you want to go on this route, then this is what you'll have.
For sure.
Unless but you also have to take into account like luck as well, being lucky.
Yeah.
Sometimes all you gotta do is be lucky as well.
Yeah.
But do not ever not do anything.
I think that's something common as well. I think like sometimes we notice that with a lot of our contemporaries as well, where you notice like when they don't go to school, they kind of just stop to a halt, right? They're just there.
Yeah.
Time passes by.
Doing the same thing.
Exactly, and you don't really want that, especially when you're so young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes me mad is like they continue to do the same thing, but they hate doing it, but they're not doing anything about it. I think that's the whole thing with what's happening lately as well.
Yeah.
I feel like privilege is a big thing, and a lot of people are expecting things to just come their way.
Yeah.
And it's honestly a very toxic mentality.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein said that insanity is
Shut the fuck up.
Wow, I thought it was gonna be so clean to say. I'm gonna say it anyway though. But Einstein did say insanity is basically doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah.
And he cut me off, man. He cut me off. This dude, bro. Okay. Not to cut you off. I kind of want to switch gears as well.
Go ahead.
One thing I realized about Mark, I feel like amongst all the seniors I've seen, I feel like Mark did university correctly. What I mean by that is like he's the only guy I know who I see who went to university and like made a bunch of new friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not calling anyone out. Please don't say Nickson's hating on others. I'm just saying, I've noticed Mark actually has new friends. Like his IG's different. Along his university journey, he's also found a new hobby. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. But I think that's really cool. But I think that's more of a testimony to like who Mark really is, who's really just this extroverted freak
of nature.
I won't say nature. He's just a freak in general.
I'm a freak.
He's a freak. Students, watch out. But that's what I think.
Cut that out.
But I think that's one thing about Mark. And I think, has that always been you? Have you always been this person who's been so easygoing, easy to talk to?
Yeah. I mean, try not to look at the face, okay? I look really mean.
Nasty.
Like, sort of like
ugly.
hard to approach.
He's zesty with it.
Yo, for real.
No, for real.
Yeah, I have a story as well, but keep on.
Yeah, I look very hard to approach, but it's just, like, to me, it's like, it's easy to talk to me, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I would make friends with anybody.
I see.
No joke.
Well, was it hard when you first went to university? Like, obviously, a lot of your
Hi,
friends,
Auntie.
right?
Yo.
Yep.
Peace out.
Yeah. But yeah. Was it hard to like new friends in uni?
I think that transition from high school to university was actually quite tough.
Oh, I see.
Firstly, because I pretty much grew up in
Calm down, baby girl.
mostly English-speaking,
exactly.
community in a classroom as well.
Yeah.
So from that to an all pretty much Cantonese speaking classroom was tough.
Yeah. Do you feel like this might be a bit more about work, but do you feel like non-Chinese students speaking Cantonese has become harder to find? Like the level of Cantonese, like at what you were and what they are currently. Do you feel like you can see that there is a decrease in the Chinese ability?
Yeah, I would say. I think it comes with the medium of instruction in school. So because in our school, you grew up like that too. You've experienced it along with me. They separate the English speakers from
Locals,
the Cantonese speakers.
Yeah.
One side everything's taught in English, the other side everything's taught in Chinese.
Yeah.
So I think that
setting is different. It's like
It's not really good. I don't think it's really good.
I don't know. I feel like I would say that a lot of students benefit from it in terms of, like, for example, if they really have no background in Canto, then to them they benefit the most from a teacher teaching everything in English. Or I would say that. But for, let's say, in terms of language acquisition, for students that want to learn Cantonese, they're not at the right setting.
Yeah.
Especially if all they do is stay in the classroom.
I agree.
The only time that they actually use Cantonese is when, during recess or whatever. It's when they're put into, different group setting or an activity at least.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the only time they actually use the language for, just a conversation setting. But other than that, all they do is learn it and, study Cantonese and Chinese in
Chinese class, yeah.
In just Chinese class.
But then again, that's not even that practical of Cantonese anyway.
It's never really the most practical way to
learn,
acquire a language.
Yeah, of course.
You have to be out there.
Really speaking it.
And I feel like since they started that, we were actually, like, my sister.
Your sister was the first batch, right?
First batch of EMI.
Shout out to Kim, even though Mark's a you.
And then I was the second batch.
Yeah.
But it was only during when I was in Form 2 that they started using the EMI CMI stream.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I bring it up is because I think even when I was in high school, you could even tell in the NCS classes, so maybe some students could speak Canto and some couldn't. And you're right, some people who couldn't speak Canto, you could benefit from it. But I wouldn't say benefit. I would say you're just maybe sheltering yourself from the truth.
Yeah.
Because now a lot of those classmates I had kind of regret not learning it earlier.
Honestly. Yeah. I feel like students will feel that sudden shift.
Yeah.
That, Cantonese is an important thing once you leave high school.
Exactly.
It's so important, honestly. Even when I was studying English, like the group setting that I was mostly in were pretty much all local students.
I guess in uni it's a bit more evident. I also feel like when you start working, you'll realize like sometimes like you might miss out on a job because you can't speak Canto.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
But like I feel like that's also another misconception of Hong Kong that you really need to be able to speak Cantonese working in at work.
Yeah.
But it's only half true.
Yeah, it's half true.
It's half true.
I agree. Yeah.
So like it's again like it's not necessary to put that kind of pressure
On the
onto people
student.
especially for students that just moved to Hong Kong
Exactly.
with no Cantonese, like they're always like given this pressure or
Yeah.
stress that you need to learn Cantonese right away as much as you can before you start working. Like, nah, don't give them that pressure.
But I think it's maybe a tactical thing. So like they kind of scare the kids to work harder. Maybe that's probably why it happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
What's your input on this?
I don't fucking care, to be honest.
Because you can speak Canto.
No, it's not that I can speak. It's just, yeah, the weather's good. It's cold weather at
It's
the beach.
actually it's freezing.
I'm actually really surprised we were doing it at the beach.
It's actually. I thought it was gonna be
This
sunny
weather.
today, bro. It's fucking freezing.
I thought it was gonna be sunny.
Dude. Fuck.
Yeah,
I thought because like I forgot when I received your email. I think that was like last week or something.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
pretty
It was
warm.
pretty
It was
warm.
sunny, bro.
And I thought like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a nice day out at the beach.
Yeah. No, I thought so too,
Cold
bro.
one with the boys.
Yeah.
Now we're
Yeah,
here
bro.
freezing.
No, it was crazy. Last night I was on. What if it rains tomorrow? And Ariel said, "No, it's not gonna rain. It's gonna be good and sunny." And right at that instant, my observatory pops up that notification: tomorrow, rain, cold.
Cold.
Please stay warm. I'm like,
Fuck's
fuck.
sake, man.
But yo, we're still here. My hands
Yeah.
are freezing.
My hands are
Yep.
freezing.
It's gonna get
If you
ashy.
notice, I've been switching between my
Yo.
right and my left to
Dude.
carry my
It's
phone.
tough. Okay. I kind of want to ask as well, because now you've kind of come full circle, like you said, about becoming a student and teacher.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest difference between being a teacher and a student?
You get paid. I'm just kidding.
Paid it really well too.
No. I mean, the pressure is different. The stress is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would say, how you handle your free time is different too now,
Okay.
right?
So it's
And-
all like scheduled. And
yeah,
sort
a
of
lot
like
of things that you
on the
do has
spot.
to be scheduled now. Like I think we were just having this conversation a while ago about having those spontaneous plans, like last minute
Right.
planning. To me, those are like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Okay, to me, it's one of the it just feels good. For example, when you plan things like last minute and you just call people out,
Pause.
yo, are you free to do this?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
He came.
Like,
He's-
yo,
He says
Dope.
that, and he's never free to hang out with us though.
Yeah.
He says that.
Yeah, you know what? At this
W-
point, he's full of shit.
We emailed him a week ahead.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
We had emailed him a week ahead.
like spontaneous acts.
Okay. Okay. So.
only when I plan them.
Sick.
Okay.
Sick, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I guess the biggest difference is really that adult responsibility of like, okay, handling
Totally,
your own
man.
time properly.
But what's
Yeah,
it like
it's a clear
teaching?
comparison, dude.
What's it like teaching?
What's it like teaching?
Like, especially in our school right now.
At first, it was sort of like a weird feeling,
Mm-hmm.
but there was also that stress that I gotta do well. Because that's the thing where like, I would say that teaching is one of the most delicate jobs in the world where you can't really afford to mess up a lot
Mm-hmm.
because those are kids' futures in your hand.
Yeah.
You know, if you mess up, you could potentially be ruining
Their life.
ruin
It's
someone's
a make or
life.
break situation, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of the times, yeah, you're handling glass.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, because kids at that age are so impersonal, right? Like they kind of like absorb things like a
They
sponge.
absorb things, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, they pick up on habits as well.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you do in the class, like they can pick up on that, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful. You always sort of like have to tread lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't do anything that
With
that
trigger
could,
and
that could potentially be something that's
Traumatizing
becomes
or
a
something.
bad habit or
Yeah.
Yeah.
something that's traumatizing.
Yeah.
That's,
So
a good
that's why
point.
like shouting at kids.
You're not into?
It's you have to though,
Shit, I got.
but it's not something
Marvin
that I
yelled
like
at
to
me.
do.
He wasn't even my teacher, bro. Shit, I got yelled at by Marvin a bunch of times.
Just a while ago when he came late.
Yeah, he came late too.
Came late, yeah. 30 minutes, by the way. I could have taken the next bus.
Not for the pod. I want to clear. It's not for the pod. We're supposed to have brunch, and yes, I was late.
Yeah,
I'm
you know why?
sorry.
You
And
know
he didn't
why?
even offer to pay.
You know why? You know why he was late?
The pay.
He
hey,
had
bro,
to take a shit.
He almost shit his pants, you know?
when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, fine.
Anyway, so anyway, I digress. But I do agree with you. I do think being a teacher is quite a delicate job because I'm sure Mark can attest to this as well. I'm not too sure about Ariel, but I feel like a lot of teachers, especially in high school, I feel like they did help mold me to the person I am today.
Mhm.
They've motivated me. They've guided me, and I feel like the teachers can really play a big role in a student's life. And I think it's
For sure.
Can't relate.
But I think that's also why they deserve such a high pay. Hong Kong is a few places in the world where teachers get paid so well, and I do feel like they're worth the pay. Because
Yes.
you guys have an amazing job to like really mold the minds of the future generations.
Yeah.
But if you do a shitty job,
Dude, that's the thing about like being in it just for the money. It's a terrible mindset.
Yep.
but it's a
Yeah.
common mindset, would you say?
I would say for a lot of working places, yeah, it's a common thing where people do it for the money,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, I had some of those teachers too.
And
Hey, I fuck you though. I'm just saying.
but to
I
me,
do.
you can't have that kind of mindset
Mm.
when you're teaching. Like it has to come out of passion,
Yep.
honestly, and care,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And you have to
Exactly.
teach with a sense of urgency as well,
Mm.
because kids stay in school for 6 years. That's
Yeah.
not a long time. You might
Shit,
think it's a
some
long
say
time,
for 7, bro.
but 6 years
And
is
it's
some
six-
say for 7.
5 days a week.
Some 8. Heck, I know some of y'all were there for 9. But I f with y'all, because y'all finished it too.
Yeah.
What if
more
they
power.
didn't though? Huh?
Some of them didn't. Oh man, I got.
But you know that-
I got some hot takes about school, but I'm not gonna say it right
But
now.
that's the thing about like getting into like kids who didn't finish. Like if that's their choice, or if that's a product of their environment,
Yeah.
if that choice comes from the product of the environment, then there's nothing we can do about it. I feel like that's the one thing where teachers have to just sort of move on from that.
Yep.
You can't get hurt by the fact that some students chose to leave school.
Do you feel that you do have that emotional attachment? Like, do you feel like if your students fail, you fail? Do you have that emotional attachment?
For sure, and I think that's what molds a teacher to become a better teacher.
Yeah. It pushes you.
Yeah. So like if a student fails, you have to think that in some way you did fail as well, even though like maybe that student was just chose to be this way.
Yeah.
Okay, but maybe there was a reason why he chose to be that way. So in a way, that's sort of like you're still in a way responsible for that.
Man's deep in this
That's to me. That's
convo.
what I think.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
tough. Look, I say that because I feel like
God damn, it's freezing.
it's freaking cold. Actually, yeah. But I really what you just said, because I feel like going back to like what you said earlier about the DSC, like how you started like bawling out in tears, right? You must have felt some type of way, right?
Yeah,
but
man.
I'm sure like your teachers must have felt some type of way as well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about mine as well. I'm sure like some of them
Yeah.
some of their how they felt as well. Fuck, it's cold little motherfucker, bro.
Fuck you guys, man.
Dude, ashy as hell, bro.
What happened to the hoodie shit? Like,
My
I
hands are
wasn't
freezing.
informed.
Hands are freezing. Okay.
I wasn't
Right.
informed about the fucking foam runner.
What the
Moving
F?
on. Moving
Yeah.
on.
Okay, but I do agree with that. But what would you say is like the best thing about being a teacher and the worst thing about being a teacher?
Best thing about being a teacher is that
Don't say pay.
no.
Please. The pay, guys.
It's not the pay.
It's not the pay.
It's the pay.
It's not the pay. It's the bag, the bread,
The bread.
the
No.
dough.
I think you learn a lot of things along the way as well.
Yeah.
And there's like you did a good job, and people need that. Like you need to have that sense of satisfaction.
Yep.
Like I did a good job,
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
that's a good feeling, honestly.
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Everyone needs that.
Yeah,
The worst thing about being a teacher
students.
is that no, never. I would never say that.
Psych.
I think just the time.
The time.
You need to put a lot of time into teaching. You have to prepare for lessons. You have to mark homework and things like that. There's
And that's on
only
your
so
own
much.
time too, right? That's
That's-
your own time.
Yeah, so there's only so much you can do within your working hours. Then even after that, you still gotta be doing things for school
Extra.
the next day. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's why I say,
ahead and
oh
all
yeah,
that,
dude,
yep.
I'm a little tired today. I think I'll sit this 1 hour or something. Yeah, I tend to do that a lot now, where, dude, I just kind of want to rest after work. Yeah, but still can't though. Still gotta work though. Yeah.
Work.
It's just Seb.
Yeah, that motherfucker look crazy. Came back from New Zealand, bro. This dude, look at his
Z
hair,
baby.
What
The
the?
Z.
Before we get lost in the Goonzie hype, I want to ask, how do you find a way to balance it? Because I think work-life balance is something we all sought after, but it's easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel like you found it? Because I would say amongst a lot of our working friends, you've actually found a way to find the balance.
I think it's just about sacrificing a lot of your other time in order to be able to do what it is that you want to do. For me, because I do a lot of dancing outside as well for people that don't know, I dance.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that though. You have to balance between having a social life, work, and then dance. For me, those three things.
Work,
those
dance, and
social life.
social life.
So
Okay.
friends and family,
Yeah.
things like that. And I gotta like,
Yeah. For those who can't see, Goonzie's the back
I gotta
right
put
now.
like a lot of time into.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Like those things.
Hmm.
It's sort of like I won't really say which one I prioritize more,
You know.
but
Shit, trust me, I know what you need talking about.
woo,
But we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
I'm salty.
Oh, maybe. Hey man, I'm not salty. I'm seasoned.
I can relate to him though.
You shut the hell up.
Okay.
But then I guess maybe kind of end this part to kind of end, right? To like put a pin on it. Is there any message you'd have for the kids actually?
The young ones.
Because I feel like I'm not too sure how many of them are actually from Fat Hope. I've heard some of them do watch it. So if they are watching now,
You do have a few followers from school.
yeah.
God damn it.
I don't even, dude. You know what? It's been so long from high school. I don't know most of them anymore.
Has it
well,
been
you
over
won't know
6
a lot of
years?
them.
Yeah, it's been.
It's their 6th
You're
year.
18,
It's,
right?
but it's. I think it's exactly. I think maybe the 4-1s I might know them, but probably not. Because I think it's been exactly 6 years.
Were you there when Wesley was there?
I don't think so. I really don't. I can't remember.
Jericho.
No. I think you left already.
Yeah.
might have
So
graduated
is
that time
Jericho,
already.
I do. I remember. No, but Jericho. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jericho, because he came in.
2 years
Uh,
after.
Yeah, and I think
Marco.
that Jericho's easier for me to remember because it's AJ's brother, so I'm
Fair.
just naturally gonna talk to him anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so message to
Do you
the
have a
kids.
final message?
Yeah.
Final message to the kids. You do have to try to put some time into, studying even just a bit. I would tell you now, like, to be honest with you all, like, I didn't really study that much at home. I did a lot of things last minute, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a good habit to have, I would say.
You had to learn the hard way.
I learned it the hard way, honestly. Like, after the DSEs, like,
Yeah.
those kicking the nuts, man. For
Shit.
real, like, you have to put some time into actually studying, even if it's just 30 minutes to an hour. It's all about, I guess, going back to what it is that you studied maybe a week ago or something like that, just to constantly have sort of like that groove. Okay, I picked up on something last week. Let me try to remember it again today. Right? It's
Yeah.
sort of like those kind of habits that you need to have.
Yeah.
And yo, get off your phones. Seriously.
Are they using their phones in class?
Yeah.
Are
no,
they?
not
are you
in
guys
class,
still?
but I would say like they can spend a little less time using their
Yeah.
phones.
Oh, after school and stuff.
Yeah, dude. Just get off your phones, man.
That's
like,
impossible, man.
Like,
Come outside. Come to the
walk
beach.
around. Look at the sun. Look
Yeah,
at the
look
sky,
at where we
man.
at, man. We're
Look
at
where
the
we at.
We're in the beach, freezing our
We're at the
balls
beach.
off.
Don't stress too much about what you can't control. That's it.
Damn, I like that.
That's a good one.
Seriously, man. Like, there's a lot of things that they overthink, but dude, you can't control it.
So control the controllables and just leave the uncontrollable out.
Don't stress too much. Don't stress too much. You'll end up like me.
I like that.
That's
I like
nice.
that.
That's nice.
Thanks, guys.
Good
Appreciate
words,
that.
man.